Arts third grade lesson plan, which focuses on introducing narrative text, connecting to the Common Core connection of English language arts writing for third grade. The standard that I chose was establish a situation and introduce a narrator and or characters and organize an event sequence that unfolds naturally. Jumping right into this lesson plan, it takes us to our anticipatory set, where I, the teacher, will introduce the mentor text, which can be shown right here, which is Jack and the Baked Beanstalk by Colin Simpson. This mentor text was chosen because it introduces to students all the features I will be focusing on in my lesson. So the three features I chose were character, setting, and plot. However, this mentor text does not just stop there with those features. It also does a great job on vivid description on characters and setting, character dialogue, monologue, appearance, and action. Continuing on and reading till the end of the book, I, the teacher, will then lead a class discussion by asking students questions. For example, what type of text is this? How do you know? What details did you like the most? Can you describe the setting? Can you describe the characters? Then moving on along, I will ask what makes a great story. To help students answer this question, I will write a word web on the board of students' responses. The word web can be considered a pre-assessment to help activate prior knowledge of my students to see what they know and what they don't know about the features that I will be introducing to them. It also will help them introduce new vocabulary. Continuing on, I, the teacher, will then draw focus on character, setting, and plot as the main features of a great story. Setting is where the story takes place. I then will ask the students to connect back to the mentor text and ask, and where Jack and the Baked Beanstalk did the story take place? I then will start to form a discussion around if the setting changed or stayed in one place. Next is the plot. The plot is events that give characters something to react to. What was the plot in the story? After our conversations and building the word web, students will then be divided into groups and will be given a copy of Jack and the Baked Beanstalk. I, the teacher, will then say, can we list out the actions that happened in sequence? Students will make a list in their group by numbering them as they go. An example can be shown here, where a student would write their name, the day, and a title, and then they would start to list. I will then say, remember that plot is a list of events in order. There is a beginning, rising action, climax, falling action, and a resolution. To help students put these new vocabulary words as a visual, I can show them this story mountain, as well as pass out copies where students can have a definition and a structure of how it should be sequenced. And then this activity will take a good amount of time where the students will be hands-on with the text themselves. So this should be about 30 minutes. And then jumping on over into the next, I, the teacher, will say, now it's your turn to create a character, setting, and plot. Write a letter about your favorite person and a special memory that you have with them. The special family member or friend you choose to write about will be your character. The memory will be your setting, and throughout the memory, you should establish a plot. I then will check for understanding with the thumbs up method. Thumbs up means they're ready to go. Thumbs sideways means I need some clarification. And thumbs down means I'm stuck. I don't know what we just did. I don't know what you just said. So that's when I'll go to more one-on-one communication with that student. So continuing on, if everyone is ready to go, I will then introduce the actual prompt, which will be to describe why someone is special to you. Write to them stating what makes them special to you and your favorite memory with them in a letter format. However, if students are not familiar with the letter format, I will have this visual projected for them, and it will show them that they'll need a heading, a greeting, a body paragraph or body paragraphs, a closing, and a signature. Once they've read and established the prompt and seen how the format should be, I then will provide students with a graphic organizer, and this will help them organize their ideas. So then this is where I would stop, and we would continue the graphic organizer on to the next day. And then just to share some more information, as students go, their final essay or their letter that they create will be the summative assessment to see if they gathered and understood the features that go in narrative writing. So to help them publish their letter, they will then be provided with a rubric to see exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a character. I'm looking for, is the letter on topic? I'm looking at the organization, making sure that they did that greeting, body paragraph, signature, closing, as well as word choice. Because as I mentioned, the mentor text does a great job of the vivid description and so on. And then to help prepare them even more, they will have a self-assessment where they can check themselves if they have all these features in their letter. And then we will also end up doing a peer exchange. And here is a peer editing checklist that I provided for students. Since we're focusing on more of a younger group, I thought it would be a lot more easier for them to just be able to give a little check, as well as some writing is provided at the end. However, and then they should be ready to publish their letter. And yeah, so I hope you liked my lesson plan. Thank you.